It's Dragon Source, Sexiest Man Alive, Alien Slayer, Demon Slayer, Superhero, and we're live on New Earth. Let's go. Beautiful clouds, just rained not long ago. All right, I'll make this brief. So just an update on the Samuel B. Lee teachings and, song book, spiritual songs, and it's derived from, what's her name? Ashayana Dean, a lot of it. And basically the right hand pathway to ascension, trying to activate all your DNA strands and, your 12-strand DNA and, be embodied in your full 12D avatar, conscious self, all that good stuff, right? So I can't say that I've been doing it, religiously, like several songs multiple times every day on a disciplined, structured basis. I've been fairly inconsistent with it. Some days I don't do it at all. Some days I do it multiple times, different songs, mixing it up. And I think it does raise my frequency when I do it. But as far as like long-term lasting benefits, again, maybe I'm not doing it super consistently, but I'm not really seeing a huge difference. It was clear to me the Matrix doesn't want us to do this information, but it doesn't want us to do these kind of things to try to raise our frequency based on the amount I was getting attacked in the beginning. Again, just to summarize, police showing up left and right whenever I would intend to do the songs, or even when I did them right afterward, they'd show up in weird ways. It was just strange. And then finally I just said, F it, police car behind me. I just decided to finish my songs, went on for another half hour with the police car parked row behind me, and I just did it anyway. And then they stopped showing up when I did it. So, just don't show fear to the Matrix. Just hold your frequency. Eventually it'll back off. It's just like establishing territory of your frequency. It's like frequency war, establishing territory. But anyway, I saw a reel the other day on YouTube, Samuel B. Lee talking about like basically how to ascend. And you activate the 12-strand DNA and you climb Jacob's ladder, you become your fully embodied realist, spiritualist self and all that. And he was like, yeah, and then eventually you appear before the Pleiadian Council, and they judge you if you're ready or not to ascend to 5D Gaia or Tiamat. And I'm like, oh, okay, hold on, man. Hold on. That's your saving grace, bro? That's your saving grace, is the motherfucking Pleiadians. That's your saving grace? Is the Pleiadians eat people. Pleiadians feel like they own the world and probably work with the freaking, the Rothschilds and royal families to figure out how to humanity. Pleiadians are part of the problem. Pleiadians are in darkness. Pleiadians are not all love and light. Pleiadians are just another alien race fighting for domination and control over the earth. Like, that's your saving grace? Oh my God. Yeah, just all of you banking on activating your DNA as your saving grace, I'm sorry, but it's not going to work. It's not going to be enough. That much is obvious to me now. It can help you. It can raise your frequency. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm not saying don't try. I'm just saying it's not the final frontier. It's not it. That's not going to be enough to save you. Now, as I've stated numerous times across numerous videos, I'm still convinced of this through and through. There's nothing else that is like this. Creation Lightship. The Creation Lightship. www.creationlightship.com. Ron Amatron. his YouTube channel, his radio archives. That's the only thing I've ever like listened to for an extended period of time where I really felt like centered, peaceful, and like the longer I listen to him, the more my mind is out of the matrix. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like there's nothing else that has that intangible quality to it that I've ever encountered in this reality. So I'm inclined to believe him. I'm inclined to believe that the lightship clearings work. Not necessarily for physical healing as much, but at least for subtle energy layers, densities, timeline crashing, etc. You know, I've had like chaotic moments in my life, always involving other people, of course. And, you know, a timeline crash, it plug in some clearings, and it's like, oh, wow, problem solved. The energy has lightened up. Things are actually better. You know? So it's useful as far as emotional, spiritual stuff. It's very useful, you know, just to bring peace into your life. The goal is just for your own divine spark, your spirit, to be fully wed to your body, for you to be fully integrated into all the cells in your body. That's the goal, right? It's not about activating DNA. It's about being in spirit consciousness in your heart center. I now command my spirit to take all the thoughts in my head, drop them into my heart, and make me totally real. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, to constantly live in your heart center is a near impossibility if you have to work any kind of matrix job. It's pretty difficult to do, but I mean, we can try our best, right? Just mind to heart drop as much as possible. Clean out your DNA template. Ron, I was listening to a radio archive the other day, and Ron said that before Jesus, the light ship didn't even bother sending anyone to the earth to try to prepare them for ascension. And he was the healer in Jesus's body, according to him, and that he came to earth this time around as well, passed away, well, you know, passed on a few years ago. And there's not going to be another ascension. This is the last ascension. So basically, I'm telling you this to give you context, perspective. The earth has been so corrupted by darkness for so many eons of time, they damn near didn't even bother attempting to save anyone on here. They sent an emissary 2,000 years ago who got crucified, and they sent Ron this time around. Twice. They only tried twice out of millennia of darkness that people have been trapped here. Jesus got crucified. Ron never got promoted on a big scale or nothing. People are not receptive to the information. Apparently, it's harder to even heal people now because there's so much darkness, so many layers in people's DNA that wasn't there 2,000 years ago. So, point of saying all that is to say this. This place is beyond... This place is screwed beyond screwed. Like, from the perspective of a light being that only knows pure source energy and then comes into this shit, it's like, WTF? What are we looking at here? This place is corrupted beyond corrupted. And people that say that, I'm sorry, I'm tired. I work hard. I'm trying to get all my thoughts together. People that say that this place is, I mean, just forget the love and light people. Those people are obviously delusional. But people that say like, oh yeah, all the trials and tribulations here, yeah, they're for my spiritual growth and involvement. Well, no, they're not. They're just adding layers of densities to your DNA, which then get passed on to your kids, which no one was given the tools to even fix. So the longer time goes on here, the more corrupted everything gets. The only bailout is the freaking source manifesting itself down here to give a lifeline to anyone that wants out. That's it. That's it. That's it. Any other bets on anything, on praying to any aliens or activating your DNA, it's not gonna work. Maybe you could be the one in a million Neo in the Matrix that, like, you know, can figure out the exit point, astral traveling or whatever, but you know, it's not a good bet. It's not a good bet. So I say all this to say there's nothing else like the light ship, and if that ain't it, then we're truly all damned eternally. I guess just waiting for cosmic entropy to take over and put us out of our misery at that point. And yeah, I'm not sticking around. I don't want any parts. I find the people on this planet to be mostly unreachable about this sort of thing. Even if they claim spiritual, you know, I've tried talking to, you know, emailing, talking to the big, some of the big spiritual names on YouTube. Nope, no reply, no reply, no reply. I actually met one of them in person. He was like, all right, I'll check it out. And then he got back to me like, yeah, this doesn't resonate. I'm going to continue to talk about my bullshit. Like, all right. Not that there's not truth in what they're all saying. It's just they don't get it. Like, it seems like pretty much everyone is incapable of grasping how freaking damned they actually are without that lifeline. It's like, do you guys study Gnosticism at all? Do you guys know all the 72 whatever keys to get past all the archons? Do you guys understand what you're looking at? The butterfly effect, like, it's all chaos. It's all unintended consequences. Like, the whole reality operates like an AI algorithm that knows us better than we know ourselves, that is interconnecting everything, every timeline, to maximize suffering and emotional distress. Every day, it's just a new flavor of bullshit, basically. I can't be the only one seeing this. Like, this reality is a freaking genocide engine. Like, why are you all just so okay with how shitty your lives are, not having any real plan for when you die? I don't understand people, man. I don't understand the general mentalities on this planet. If you're not going for the absolute freaking highest point, what are you doing? What are we doing? If you're not striving for the absolute pinnacle, what are you doing with your life? I excel in everything I do. Everything I've ever did that I cared about, I became great at. And that is a quality of the source. An infinite generator of free energy, greatness, magnificence, omnipotence, the sublime good. Potential is within all of us that have the divine spark. But I guess what I'm trying to say is don't settle. Like, just don't settle. Just don't settle. I refuse to settle. I research, I find all the information, I talk to people in the field, I get all the information, I get all the facts, and then I strive to hit the highest point that I can consciously conceive of. And then I freaking do it, and I don't stop until I get there, no matter what anyone else has to say about it. Not my family, not my exes, not friends, not whoever. I don't freaking stop until I get to the point. And that is how the 1 in a billion sperm gets the egg and manifests a new life. On New Earth, 8th dimensional, not 5th dimensional. And that is the greatness of the divine spark. The very thing that is trying to be tortured for energy extraction on a daily basis. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Azare Inai. Azare Inai. Azare Inai. Peace. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video if it helped you. Never give up. Only go for the highest. The creation light ship. The divine spark within. Peace.